you for a bit.
What's up, Minnie?
Now, I don't want to alarm you, but our financials are down.
What do you mean our financials are down? I thought we were doing great. I got a packed house and the guests have been enjoying the cartoons we put out, like Inside Out 2 and Moana 2.
That's true. Our well-written sequels have been doing well, but our live-action movies are bombing, and Snow White is going to be an even bigger flop, and the other franchises we acquired are not doing well either. Like Lucasfilm and Marvel did not have major success all year, and we spent a lot of money on them. Oh, Mickey, we're gonna have to do something to earn enough before the year ends so we can balance the budget.
Don't worry, Minnie, we can think of something. There's gotta be a way we can exploit our customers. I got some very rich hitters back there, like the Sultan and the entire monarchy of Europe.
Well, this club is also a luxury hotel with ridiculous pricing, but sadly no one used it all year. They all get angry at the movies and TV shows we've been putting out. They all went home after the show ended.
I guess we got to trap them here then. They'll have no choice but to use our luxury hotel and our overpriced room service.
Oh, Mickey, that's diabolical. And I like it. But how are we going to force them to spend their Christmas here?
Aha! I got just the thing! I know an emotionally unstable girl that have mental breakdowns that end in snowstorms. We can definitely use that. Hey, Elsa, can I speak to you outside for a bit?
A little later.
I saw Anna and Gaston talking earlier, and the gossip around the club is that she was so impressed with him that she wants to marry him and have his baby tonight. Please don't freak out about this and blow up a snowstorm.
These guys sure know how to run a company.
So Mickey's Magical Christmas, snowed in at the House of Mouse. Man, that's a mouthful. Why not just call this Mickey's Magical Christmas or snowed in at the House of Mouse? Like, seriously, didn't anyone tell the creator of this film, was like, dude, you gotta work on the title. It's too long.
Keep it short and sweet. No extra points for good spelling.
I already told you about the Disney DVD that I got when I was a kid that introduced me to Halloween and also Western Christmas. I talked about that in my Once Upon a Christmas video, which you should totally check out if you haven't. So there's a card there, so click that to check that out. This movie was also a part of that DVD collection. However, this is not as great as Once Upon a Christmas or even Twice Upon a Christmas, but for a House of Mouse fan, this definitely is. Because with Once and Twice Upon a Christmas, you only get to see how Mickey and his gang celebrate their Christmas. But with the House of Mouse Christmas special, you get a glimpse of how the other characters of the Disney universe celebrate their Christmas. And that is very special, and it is worth talking about.
If you say so.
So once again, this is not a typical review, while being a review slash recommendation slash discussion video. Seriously, I don't even know how to describe my own videos. They're like blah, blah, blah.
What did he say?
So you already know my antics, so without further ado, let's start off with the quick summary of what happens in Mickey's Magical Christmas, snowed in at the House of Mouse. We start at the end of a club night at the Mickey's House of Mouse, and Mickey bids farewell to his audience so they can go home and spend Christmas. However, they can't go home because they are snowed in.
Aw, no!
So Mickey suggests that they spend their Christmas at the House of Mouse, like a good businessman would. And everybody's on board with this except for Donald, who is not feeling the Christmas spirit apparently.
Humbug? What's wrong, Donald?
Once again, he just doesn't have the Christmas spirit.
We'll see about that.
So Mickey takes it upon himself to cheer up Donald and rekindle his Christmas spirit. He fails miserably though, so he wishes upon a star, and that is the one that finally solves Donald's mood problems.
Merry Christmas!
Don't go to therapy, kids. Just wish upon a star. That'll solve all of your mental health problems.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't bet on it.
So after Donald's mood changes, they watch Disney's rendition of the Christmas Carol, and then they sing an actual Christmas carol, and the movie comes to an end. So that is the brief summary of what happens, and now I want to take a detailed look at some of the moments in this movie that is worth focusing on.
Increase magnification.
First thing, the whole snowed in situation, which kicks off this movie. I wish it could have been something better. You know, you could just make Hades have a temper tantrum, right? And that'll turn up the heat.
Waltzing around in the works!
But the weird thing is, like, Hades is having a way good of a time with the other villains. So I guess that explains why he's not jumping in to melt the snow. And to be honest, you know, spending Christmas with your villain chumps, it beats spending Christmas in hell. I like seeing the villains being chums with each other, forgetting the fact that, you know, these guys are mass murderers and really awful people.
I have friends!
But I'm saying, like, this whole movie is pretty vanilla, and it's Christmas, so I get it, but I feel like the tension could have been much higher. I mean, take House of Villains, for example. There was an underlying, you know, cabal of villains was trying to take over Mickey's club, which they do, by the way, which leads to an awesome bad guy song, scary cartoons, and an epic showdown at the end of the movie. The tension was much higher in that film, which made for an interesting watch. And this is pretty vanilla, and it's okay for Christmas, but I wish they could have, you know, spiced it up a little bit.
More spicy, juicy, juicy.
And the whole main issue of the movie is cheering up Donald. And are you really that surprised that Donald is not feeling the Christmas spirit? I mean, he's Donald. He's always grumpy. He was much excited for Halloween, though.
Oh boy, trick or treat! Tonight, I'm gonna go out and scare everybody!
I mean, it would have been interesting if Mickey or Minnie or some of the good guy characters who are really cheery, usually, but are down for some reason, and it was up to the grumpy characters or even the bad guy characters to cheer them up and perform a Christmas miracle to make everyone happy. I mean, that could have been much better and interesting. But no, they went with cheering up Donald's storyline. But the funny thing is, they have a really odd way of cheering someone up. I mean, Mickey's whole plan was to show cartoons that features Donald in them, but as a villain. Mickey, I know you're the happiness expert here, but do you really think this is the best way to cheer someone up?
How is this helping me?
In one cartoon, Donald actually objects for being cast as the villain for a role that was obviously meant for a mouse.
Oh my gosh! It's the Mouse King!
I don't want to be the Mouse King! This is ridiculous!
I mean, you are the mouse monarch, Mickey. Donald is just the president. Sorry. I know, it was too soon. I get it. I mean, it was an obvious name joke. I had to do it.
That one was in poor taste. Not funny.
This is another thing I would like to highlight from the House of Mouse show universe, is that we never get to see Adam from Beauty and the Beast in his human form. We always see him in his beast form.
Did you hear, Belle? We can't go home.
I cannot name an episode where Adam is even shown in his human form. I mean, if you guys know the episode where human Adam make an appearance, do let me know in the comments. But I have to say, this is not helping you disprove the fan theory that Belle is actually a furry. I'm just saying, Disney. Also, for this DVD House of Mouse special, they used a lot of older footage from other episodes. Like, there's like what characters give thanks for this Christmas segment, which was clearly taken out from the Thanksgiving segment that they did on the show, with some little add-ons.
You have so much to be thankful for.
Like I'm thankful for Mickey.
And I'm thankful for my new hat.
So yeah, there was not much effort put in for this Christmas special, I guess.
What are you doing?
As little as possible, sir.
But in this movie, there are two cartoons that they show at the club, which did catch my interest. One is Mickey's Nutcracker story, and Disney's Christmas Carol. In the Nutcracker cartoon, like I said, Donald was miscast as the villain and he doesn't want to play the villain. So the narrator tries to entice him.
You get the girl.
Oh boy, I'll do it.
Why would Donald ever want Minnie? He already has Daisy. And to be honest, I think Daisy is a lot prettier than Minnie.
That's like a really weird thing to say.
Cartoon animal character beauty standard is a weird topic to discuss, but hear me out, okay? The reason why I find Daisy much prettier than Minnie is because Daisy comes off more feminine, while Minnie is just Mickey with a bow. Daisy Duck has been redesigned so many times with so many different hairstyles, and she also wears like eye makeup, which all adds to her femininity, while Minnie always has remained the same, and I don't know why. Sure, they change dresses and bow colors, but that's about it. So Disney has not done any alternative designs for Minnie at all, but I did find these alternative designs of Minnie online, and in these, Minnie looks prettier. So come on Disney, give your female icon a hairdo and a makeover.
Voila! Oh, you look so
Stupid.
Mickey's Christmas Carol, of course, is the 1980s one. They did show like old cartoons in other House of Mouse stuff. Even in House of Villains, they do show old cartoons. But the funny thing is, like, this was my first introduction to the Christmas Carol story. I know nothing about the Christmas Carol story before that. This was the first time I was introduced to it. And I had no idea that the Christmas Carol story was like this traditional universal Christmas thing that was written in the Victorian era. For a while, I thought the Christmas Carol story was a Disney original.
Ugh, poor Charles Dickens.
In 2007, when I first saw this film, I thought this story was like thought of by Disney and not by Charles Dickens. It took me a while, I think probably like in 2010s or something, that I actually learned that, Charles Dickens was the one who wrote Christmas Carol and not Disney.
I'm the author here.
Allegedly.
So after they finish watching the Christmas Carol cartoon, the whole Disney universe joins in to sing a Christmas song, and that is the highlight of this film.
Perfection.
The highlight of the House of Mouse show has always been the other Disney characters from the Disney universe coming together and interacting with each other. That has always been the highlight of the show. And even though the show has ended years ago, in my head, the club is still running and all the Disney characters still attend the club. They do events, they celebrate all the holidays together, especially Christmas. Just for putting that thought in my head, I recommend everything that has to do with the House of Mouse, and especially this Christmas special, because you can always have that picture in your head of all the Disney characters coming together and celebrating Christmas. So I recommend this film just for that.
Gee, thanks for letting us share our Christmas spirit with you. Merry Christmas, everybody!
So have you seen Mickey's Magical Christmas snowed in at the House of Mouse? If you have, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. And also if you like this video, like, subscribe, and check out my other stuff like Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas and also Merry Madagascar. Yes, the Madagascar gang have a Christmas special. So go check those out, and I will see you all in the next video. Merry Christmas, everyone.
And a safe